can't even see my screen. Operation is locked. I'm not trying to rotate my camera, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it doesn't let me shoot in wide angle. Anyway, I'm out here to show something amazing, which are pygmy bumblebees. They're about 90% smaller than normal bumblebees. So what we have here is a catnip bush, and it really attracts bees and moths and butterflies. But I'm trying to analyze it and show you guys where. See, that's a normal honeybee. Right there, right? There's one right there. But there's also another honeybee, and I just saw it before, and I'm not bugging out. It's 90% smaller. Here he is. Here he is, oh my god. I can't find him, he just lost. I just lost him. And I'm smoking a cigarette too to keep them calm, guys. So anyway, I'm gonna keep walking around. There's gotta be more than one. See what a nice beetle. Come on, where is he? There he is. He's right here. I don't know if you could see him. Oh my god, he's so tiny. Man, they go behind one flower and you miss them. They are literally anatomically exactly the same as honeybees. They're just so small. Let me get this coffee down. These are such a nice color honeybee too. I don't know if this does any justice, but they're such a nice golden hue. I don't know if that means they're European or Australian or what. I just saw him with the corner of my eye again. It's driving me nuts. I want to see him on a flower and at least zoom in so that could be paused. Is that him? I don't know if this is him right here. Yes, I think that is the pygmy bumblebee, but I have to make sure. It might have not. Yeah, it looks like it has the same type of wings. You see how he flies? I was like, oh man. I'm sure I could zoom into him. Does it zoom? No, it won't let me. Okay. This camera's lagging. There he is. Is that a pygmy bee? There might be another one. There's another one. Look how small he is. I mean, am I wrong? Is that not a pygmy bumblebee compared to the... That's a carpenter bee. That's a honeybee. Right? That little guy is something different. Let's see if we can see another pygmy. They really love this. I don't know the exact species of. That's definitely a wasp. Now they're starting to bite me. I must be tasty. They really do love this. Out of all the plants, we got a lot of flowers around here. This is definitely their favorites. Let's see, is that another mini guy? I think another mini guy just came by here. There he is. Look, pygmy. Pygmy bumblebee. Pygmy. Right? Or is that a yellow jacket? That might be a yellow jacket. That might be a pygmy yellow jacket. But it's very rare. And there's a lot of things like that up here. Miniature versions, there's bigger versions. You'll see like a mini dove or something. I don't even remember if that's the case. Hello. Gay peanut butter, all right. There he is, a mini, oh my God, what a treat. That is a honeybee pygmy. That is a pygmy honeybee, I'm pretty sure. That's a normal sized honeybee. Pygmy. Yeah, I got bit when I first moved here by a pygmy wasp, and that shit knocked me the fuck out. I had the cold sweats, and I felt like the room was spinning. Oh my God. And all I did was pick up a paper plate that was left on the sidewalk. And it was underneath, and I didn't even see it. I just bumped into him. And I'm not scared of these guys. You know, actually, they say honeybee sting. Here's another pygmy guy. I don't know what he is. He might be a pygmy wasp. They sure are loving this. Hello, 3 people watching. That's a really nice. I'm sorry, I can't read in the sun with this crappy. That's a shrub. Haha, nope. It's a carpenter bee. They don't have stingers. True, but they will chew a hole through your house. That's why they call them carpenter bees. They don't really help you build anything, though. They're into. Then there's a carpenter bee, which is him. And there's this pygmy. You gotta see him. He's a pygmy bumblebee, I'm telling you. They're like 90% smaller. So I live by a place called Nuclear Lake in Pawling, New York. And that's where they did the first nuclear experiment. It's off the Appalachian Trail, and like people say they see Bigfoot by this site. My friend actually has a house on, like near the nuclear lake. And I think the lake by his house shares like a stream with it. And there's never fish in the lake. And there's never algae in the lake. It's just, I don't know if the pH is wrong. I never did any tests on it or anything, but nothing lives in the lake, but the water is crystal clear. And he said to me that no matter what time of year you go there, it's always freezing cold. So it's like, you can never go like now, it's 90 in New York. You couldn't like jump into that lake for a swim because it's like 45 degrees. Okay, let me see what this guy said. I'm sorry, I gotta read your chat. Meadow tea? Oh, no, that's catnip. That's 100% catnip. But, you know, there's like 20 types of varieties. Yeah, I got this in a little pack like 20 years ago. And I grew it once over there. And it just, every time see, there's some growing out of the wall from the first time I planted it. The seeds must have dropped and, you know, like they do now. That's seeds are coming out. Yeah, I moved up here a long time ago. Almost 20 years. But you don't get this in New York City. A state that you don't mind having a bush. Because if you're in a $3,000 a month apartment in New York City, this bush is eating up $400 worth of your rent. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I think it's very nice that you come to my channel. I don't know if you're subscribed or not. I seem to pick up a lot of subscribers with my meatball video. And that was just me clearing. You have memory cards. And you just go through them and whatever was going on that day. I have two really good things that I got off the... When flip cameras were famous. I don't know if anybody knows that, but... It was basically like before the camera was built into the cell phone. Well, they made a little camera that had a USB built into it. So you'd take a film, plug it into your USB, and then you'd be able to upload the film right to YouTube with no editing or anything. And I had that QVC video, and then there's another one I have that's called Gravity in Space. So the story behind that video is pretty crazy. We were watching like the Bang Bang at the LA airport a lot of years ago, and they zoomed in from the helicopter, and it was totally a dummy in the going to the ambulance. Like it rolled off the thing, and the arm fell. Like people know, like if you have a medical mannequin, there's no muscle tone in the, and it just boom, you could tell they were like picking it up, and then they zoomed out. We put it on the DVR in the home, Comcast. There's a good, take a look at that little pygmy guy. I don't know if you could see, I'm trying to center it. All right, so anyway, I said to a couple of people or whatever, what I saw, I go back to my DVR and Comcast erased it. So it was like, oh my God, you got to put this stuff on, no matter even it's poor quality with a shaky hand. put it on a flip camera because you may never see it again. So with Gravity in Space, I was watching Fox News and they were like, yeah, we're going to a spacewalk or whatever. And the guy's supposedly, out there on the spacewalk, and he has this wrench with a weight. And the weight is swinging like a pendulum. And it's probably like, I don't know, 5-6 pounds of lead on the end of this wrench. But it has no free gravity motion to it at all. It's literally like you would swing your keys on Earth. So I taped that, and now you can't find a picture or anything from that spacewalk that was, supposedly famous. Fox picked on the clip. There's no archive of it, and it was erased from my DVR. And I have it on that flip camera, and I put it on YouTube, and they never blocked it. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool. But absolutely not. Do not save my passwords. That's how I was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like they always bother me for two-factor authentication. This probably makes your account unsafe, and I'll tell you why. Because now, instead of guessing your password and so many tries that they lock you out or whatever, they do this like spoof on your SIM, and then they just get they spoof your phone, shut off your SIM and your phone, and then what they do is they get the text message from Citibank that says, put this code in to reset the password. Or whatever it is, Bank of America or whatever. But you don't even know. Your phone don't ring, or this, or that, and it's all because you communicated with somebody on Marketplace or whatever. And they were like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm looking for? Like a couch like this. Just click the picture, you click on it, boom, they got you. It's just a different world. And things that they tell you sometimes increase security, actually now it makes this, oh, well, nobody can log on without your phone. Well, what if they clone your phone and then shut your phone off? Will they be able to get into my bank then? Yeah. And then will you tell me that I'm not insured because I compromised I must have given the 6-digit code from the text message to the bad guy when I never did. You know what I mean? It's a very... It's almost like, if you really think about it financially and where they want to go, they're setting up these big vulnerabilities. When we were younger, they had credit cards with your picture on it. And you would just do not let anybody who doesn't match this picture use the credit card. And then they started letting you stick it in at the terminal, and that done away with the ID check. The chip in the card can be cloned. You know what I mean? So they just come by you and sweep you. And now they'll go tap to pay. And they can literally put it on like a friggin' library card. Reprogram the RFID to be your credit card. You won't know. All they care about is getting $200-$300 worth of stuff, fill up the gas tank, some groceries, and then dump it. The odds that someone isn't going to catch on are, slim to none, especially the more times you use it. Good stuff. So where's everybody from out here? Beetles are such amazing creatures, man. It's a little like a alien spaceship. I would go around the backyard, but we have a bear there. And I don't feel like knowing if he's deep in the backyard or close. I will take a look, though. Down the magical bomb shelter entrance that leads you to the U.S. government facility that goes a quarter-mile down into solid marble. Hey, look at Chippy. Best thing I ever did. I've had a little kiddie pool. I don't know if you could see it back there. But we put a Temu tent over it. No bugs. You know what I mean? No bird shit. Accessory portal. So that, I gotta figure out how to cover that because that's a dead, that's a sore thumb. Especially if it's the end of the world and people want to know, why is there a... Well, I want to thank everybody for watching. I think it's very cool. It's a magical little fucking town I live in. Holy fart power. Maybe I'll go for a walk in a few days and I'll show you guys the standing stones from the caveman era. This right here, I don't know if you could see it. Maybe I'll walk across. This is a giant's grave. Not too many people know this. But, this is one of those mounds that are like in Ohio or whatever. They built a house. That house is brand new. One time it was just this little house and that little house in the woods on like 18 acres. And then there's a big spring-fed lake up there that feeds spring water. So anyway, this right here is a totally constructed earthwork. And you don't really notice it until the winter when all the trees and shrubs die. His family members. Plus, you got to remember, they built this road. They were mowing down everything, flattened it all out for, infrastructure or whatever they call it. We have a lot of these giant rocks. A lot of them have like cuts in them. You know what I mean? Like axes and Niagara seedless grapes, and I trimmed it with the weed whacker because it gets out of hand. So you can see these are, so they're so voracious. The Vikings called this place Vinland because you could see all the vines. So it's basically moon gooseberries, poison ivy, whatever this is. And they all compete, and they all kill all the trees. There's a dead tree right here somewhere that these vines just, they take it out. There was a tree right here, it fell. This tree is dead because of all the vines. I threw some tomato seeds in here. Tomato, I'm not sure though. It could be a weed. Grew some good weed in here last year. Here's where Barry lives, so I don't want to... Blue jays there. Yeah, there's like a cave opening. And sometimes the black bear is in there. But this is all like this. Rock clusters. and weird things like that. Good stuff though. And like I said, the kiddie pool, what a joy. Because being a city boy, oh man, it's like 92 degrees. I constantly change the filters, and I got a heater in it. Can't get one of those pools without a heater. That thing would still be 70 degrees halfway through summer. But for a guy like me who's a big, overweight, out of shape guy, man, nothing like soaking in zero gravity. Nothing feels better than that, man. And I think I'm gonna do that if it ain't gonna rain. I'm gonna get me my 20 minutes in. Kick and kick and kick. Squat and stretch. So anyway, this is from my tiny abode in Pawling, New York. Home of Edward R. Murrow. This is a nice little car. My neighbors must hate me for this deck box, that I leave it in front, but you know what? It's better than leaving loose shit in front. And that's it. So listen, everybody. I'm going to reverse this camera. You can see me with my big sweaty head. All right. I want to thank you for watching. I am flattered that you'd give me your time, because that's all we have on earth this time, man. And with that said, I'm going to try to figure out how to end this stream. Willie D, over and out.